Hi everyone, my name is Hellen Bainbridge and welcome to my presentation on scaling Agile within my organisation. I would like to share a little bit of background around my role within the organisation. My role reports into the Learning Experience team within the Program Capability Office. The Program Capability Office delivers value to stakeholders, customers and communities of the Westpac Group. For this presentation, I would like to focus on the individuals that make up the Learning Experience team. Our team is nationally based, has flexible working conditions, and a combination of permanent, part-time, and contractors. Individuals within our team provide support to project, capability, and senior learning and development managers. We schedule programs which are rolled out to an audience of up to 40,000 staff members. Some of the topics that I will cover in my presentation include identification of gaps between the team's current Agile and desired fluency level. I'll also go through a plan that will close the gap and review the approach. Then I'll provide an outline of the experiment using the lean change model, identify the matrix that were used, discuss the expected outcomes and results and how it addressed value, provide an observation and the progression of the team's Agile fluency, and then briefly outline a high-level plan for the future progression towards Agile fluency over the next 12 months. So now let's talk through and identify the gaps between the current Agile and desired fluency within the organisation. So currently, what we are seeing is that we are currently sitting at pre-Agile for the Learning Experience team. When we've actually looked at the roles and looked at the team, we've seen that there is individual silos within the Learning Experience team. The team members have different level of technological skills. They are a co-located national team, so the collaboration between team members is quite geographically dispersed, and we need to bring in some tools to help with that. And also our team of 20 or more people do have a limited knowledge of Agile, okay? And also their work is not visible to others. So the desired fluency where our team would like to get is into delivery. So what we would like to do is remove the silos, and we would like to create a closer knit team. By this, we'd like to bring in a new work process design and using a Kanban or a Scrum tool. We then want to work on the collaborative relationships and how can we actually work where we collaborate on a more frequently basis. At this stage, our team kind of talks in a team meeting once a month, and we have weekly huddles where we talk through operation stuff, but not actually talk through what we're actually doing for the organization. And then what I really like to get is for us to be able to plan, prioritize, and work together to achieve value and reveal obstructions early. So let's get started on how this will come about. Okay, so our plan to close the gap and review of the approach will include some steps. So I'm just going to outline those steps first. So what we will need to do is to do a little bit of research and kind of go through getting that research, finding out the insights of the team, and using that information to look at options that we can then incorporate into the team working structure. And then from there, what we would actually like to do is just to do an experiment with the team, just over a short period of time, just to see that, is this the right solution? And can we get team members a little bit more upskilled and have them look and kind of change their mindset a little bit of how can we actually improve it to create a better relationship, be more collaborative, and kind of increase the value on the delivery. So once we have just considered all of the options, we then prepare for the deployment of the experiment. In this case, it's introducing an Agile framework into the deployment of the Own the Moment program within the Westpac Group. So our first stage is to prepare for the meeting. So we're going to bring everyone together. Those who are in the office, we'll invite them in, and if they're not in the office, we'll kind of VC them in with one conference, and we will make them feel a part of the team. Okay, from there we're going to be talking through what we're actually going to do. So what we're going to do is, because the Own the Moment program has basically been in design stage for a year now, and we're ready to kind of move it into the deployment. So we're really ready to deliver this out to all brands within the Westpac Group, and it's our new service workshop that we're really excited about. So to help the team, we really need to introduce a new work design. We do use Scrum for the high-level design phase of the project and all the different elements, but we really need to map out the deployment and make sure everyone is on board. We really need to kind of visualize this work. We need to structure it in a way that we can actually work through the cards, we can progress it, and we can make sure that we are collaborating and we are kind of don't have any blockages, because blockages within this deployment will kind of add to lag time. And we do need to be really careful with lead time, because we are selling it and all brands do want it rolled out. So we need to be working on a very fast paced, but we still need to make sure that we are measuring the success and that we are kind of reviewing it at stages and really capturing the feedback for the deployment. And I'll talk through a little bit more of that shortly. So let's talk through the metrics that we're going to select and kind of identify those in further. So this is a Kanban board. So we've introduced a Kanban board into the deployment of the project. Now, the metrics that it will help us with. So it will help us to visualize the work. It will also allow us to limit the work in progress. And then from there, we can measure and manage the flow. Next is our burn down chart. So when we are moving the cards through from the to-do, or from the backlog to the to-do, and then to the in progress and the done, we'll be able to see the cards move across. And as the cards are moved across and they're allocated to people, we will be able to kind of measure how many cards people are working with at any one time. Are they taking too many cards on and working on too many things so that they're not progressing them? And once we kind of add it into Jira as a Kanban, we will be able to see like the burn down chart. Now the burn down chart will kind of have all the story points added at the start and kind of measure the level of effort required with the team. But then we will be able to visualize the work being completed, and it will kind of like break down until there's no cards left. Sometimes through the experiment we do see that we don't get through the cards, so it is something that the team really needs to work through in their retrospectives. Within the retrospectives, you can kind of talk through the last fortnight. If you can talk through if anything happened or changed, or was there any blockages, or did something happen within the kind of environment or the fortnight that things couldn't progress? Or did something come up that stopped things? So when we are in those retrospectives, it is important to kind of go through a stop, start, continue framework, just so that you can kind of talk through this with the team, be open about it, so that when you are planning out the kind of next fortnight of what to do and kind of prioritize the work, you are providing that feedback, okay? Because you're a team, the team will listen, and they will help you move cards. If something is being blocked by something else, raise it. It's really important that you're talking, you're collaborating, because at the end of the day, everyone is kind of delivering the same value. So it is important that the team collaborates. And when you are collaborating through rituals, so we'll set up daily rituals where you're kind of talking through what you completed the previous day, what you're doing on the day, and if there's any blockages, any questions, or if you need help, it's a really good opportunity to raise it and kind of work through it with your team. Now, so as we are delivering the program out to our stakeholders, they do get a chance to provide feedback as well through the NPS, which is kind of like collated on the evaluation survey. So the evaluation survey will kind of give some questions about the program, if there is any things that we can do to improve it, or if they're getting value, if they're going to take it back to the business. And also it kind of says if people are advocates or passives or detractors, and that will give us an NPS score. So within programs of Westpac Group, we do have a set expectation of where the NPS will sit. So it's really important that we are kind of maintaining that level and delivering that value back to the business. Okay. And just finally, with feedback is gathered through many other ways as well. So industry partners who's delivering the program, we've got internal facilitators, we've got different channel managers attending as well, because they attend the program, then they come back to us, tell us what they thought, and then help us sell the program out to more people as well. So it's really important that we are collaborating, we are talking, and we are kind of measuring the success of the program to make sure that we are on track to deliver the value. The expected outcomes and results of the experiment includes increased collaboration, so that it is shown through the daily stand-ups, talking through everything, visualizing the cards, and having kind of other people's input to help you kind of move the cards through. We also will see an higher amount of value delivered. So when we are talking, we are collaborating, we are kind of working at a faster pace, because we're all there to support each other. But at the same time, it will Kanban board does limit the work in progress, so that you can concentrate on the card, you can spend time on the card and then progress it to done. And then it allows you to pick up another card, to move it to the in progress, and then to done. Now once you've kind of developed your working rhythm, it really will help you. And then whilst you're in the deployment, you will see continual improvement as within all stages. So the facilitation, the program itself, you might see changes because you are gathering that feedback from everyone, and you do want to incorporate and you want to improve. So how that addresses the values, we do see, and it's going straight to the heart of the value, heart of Agile. We're looking at the collaboration, so the team collaboration improving. We're delivering, so we're kind of moving the work in progress through. We're reflecting it within the retrospectives, the daily stand-ups. We're asking for feedback where then we can improve. So we are kind of looking at all the values, and we are trying to really incorporate it in the experiment. So what I did observe within the progression of the organization's Agile fluency is that we did see like a growth mindset shift. We did see more collaboration with the team. We saw the team really embrace the DevOps tools, the Jira, Kanban, and Scrum. And we actually saw people, the ability to adapt to the change and continually improved. You could see the changes within the team, and I think the communication definitely improved because we were communicating on a daily basis. We were able to have like extra meetings after the daily stand-ups if we really needed help on kind of moving a card across, and we were really able to, I think when you work in a silo, you get stuck in the mindset, you don't really look out. And I think with the constant communication, it really helped alleviate the number of emails that people used to send to each other, where you could actually hold on to those emails. You could wait until the daily stand-up, and you could ask the questions in front of the team. And what I saw from that was the flow of work improved, and again, the value was delivered quickly. And it was a great experiment, and I really want to focus on bringing this to life with more people within the learning experience team. So here is my high-level plan for future progression towards an Agile fluency over the next 12 months. So what I'm going to do is break down the 12 months into quarters, because so that I can really embrace it in our Motivate goals and our quarterly discussions. So within the first 1 to 3 months, I do want to focus on shifting. So what I like to do is review and shift the team culture, look at the business perspectives, conduct a review within the team, and then from the review, I do want to kind of look at the areas that the team may need some coaching. And that coaching may lead to technical training and mentoring, because some people within the team, they've been here for 22 years. They work on different programs, they work on BAU, they work on all different things. So their knowledge is quite diverse, but again, bringing that down, bringing everyone in and kind of working through a new focus for the 3 months. From then we move into the 4 to 6 months, and so we've kind of gone through, we've done research, and now it's kind of focusing on the team culture, and it's looking at that team culture and then starting to bring the basic Scrum and the Kanban tools in, and allowing the team to test and trial and kind of incorporate that in their work. This will definitely help them visualize the work. It'll improve the communication. Again, management might even need a refresh to kind of help with the technical stuff and questions that might arise. And again, using the Scrum and the Kanban boards, what we really need to kind of look at is looking at the overall business and kind of looking at what's most valuable to the business, and from there we may have to redirect some teams to really focus on delivering what the highest value to the business is. From there, 7 to 9 months in, I'd like to move the team along to delivering so that we can continue to release at will. Again, we're still capturing the value frequently. We're communicating more, so there should be no obstructions, and if there are, we can talk through that and remove it and kind of move on. And again, it's complete embracement of the DevOps tools, and create that change, and kind of maybe look at moving a shared inbox into Jira Service Desk and creating that kind of service kind of culture. And then the next one, from 10 to 12 months, it's about optimizing the team. So again, inventing new practices, looking at the organization and have a focus on how can we kind of interact with other areas of the business that have been using these tools for quite a while, and kind of take the key takeaways and kind of bring it in and help us move forward and kind of grow as well. And again, from there we're going to innovate and use the tools more and see what happens. It's about optimizing the value. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation, and I really look forward to my onward journey from here. Thank you.